Hey, how's you doing? How's everybody doing? Gosh, man, this week has gone by quickly. Excuse me while I fix this camera. It just decided to slip as we were going on. And so there you go. How's everybody doing? It is so exciting to get a chance to do this every week with you guys. I get so excited when I get to bring in people that I find exquisitely talented. I was introduced to Lainey, maybe a year and a half ago. And been following her career. We actually stumbled into each other in, I actually knew who she was, and we stumbled into each other in Nashville somewhere. And I was like, I know who you are. I know we haven't met, but I saw her through her social media. And then I saw her when she was signed. And then we've had some exposure to each other. But this is an incredibly talented kid. And let me tell you why I say this. Because she's a spitfire. You don't find that very often, in finding somebody who is real, top to bottom, real. And I think this is the reason why I was kind of drawn to her, because just the realness of people asked, and well, here, let's ask her, because I guarantee it's the number one question people ask her. Is the accent real?
Honestly, I get that question all the time.
I know. I always say I'll ask her, because I'll let her answer it.
It's so crazy. Look, if I was faking this accent, don't you think it would take a whole lot of effort? Look, I will be honest with you though, Scott. So where I'm from, my tiny town of 300 people in Northeast Louisiana, a town called Baskin, us 300 people, we all talk the same. You can go 5 or 10 miles for some crazy reason. I got stuck sounding like this.
I always, when you came to visit Atlanta, one of the first things the girls asked was like, "Is the accent real?" I said, "That's as real as it gets. There ain't no faking it." Like you said, it's hard.
There ain't no faking it. And you know what? I have been away from home for 10 years now, and I stood away, but it ain't going anywhere.
I'm losing you. I don't know if it's the Wi-Fi or what. But hey, but the way you're frozen on the screen, it's great photo. There you go. You were frozen in a smile.
Well, good. At least I was smiling.
Yeah, you didn't have a goofy look on your face, because you had this going on. So cool. Okay. but you're back. Well, yeah, I figured that was the number one question you get asked, which, I mean, I already knew that. I already knew the answer to that. But I guess the first more important question is, how are you holding up? Because that seems to be the number one thing that everybody, how are you holding up out of all the
breaking
things
up on me again?
Well, crap. Are you on? Is your Wi-Fi? Could be a Wi-Fi thing.
Are we back?
We're back.
Man, I'm gonna tell you right now, me and technical difficulties
go hand in hand.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
And I got the best Wi-Fi, the best package I could get.
Right. Okay. Just don't move your head or anything. I'm just kidding. So, okay, back to the original question. How are you holding up? How are you doing through all of this COVID crap?
I'm hanging in there. It's been hard. I'm not gonna lie. I've learned a whole lot about myself, and I did finally learn how to cook. I mean, I'm not incredible, but go on, wake me up. Shrimp tacos, mango shrimp tacos. When I say I cook, I'm talking about the easy stuff. I'm not talking about like this big elaborate meal.
Right.
I'm saying like used to, I could mess up a Hot Pocket.
Right.
So I'm doing really well. I've been writing a bunch. I've been just trying to keep my blinders on and just, I'm ready for all this to pass, just like everybody else, but just hanging in there and taking it day by day.
Head down and keep right on moving.
You're right. How about you?
Just doing the same. Just day by day, holding this radio stations down and
taking care of that baby.
Playing the hits. Absolutely.
Landry, golly,
Growing like a weed. You know,
he's so cute.
a good dad always has a picture, which I mean, I know you follow all the photos.
I do, but I haven't seen any updated pictures.
Let's
How old
see.
is he now?
He's 9 months old. And
Stop.
he's
Landry.
yeah.
He is precious.
He's a tall little sucker. He's 29 inches. He's tall, and he's 20 pounds. He's tall and skinny, which he didn't get any of that from me. That's for sure. But yeah, he's going through the I'm not sleeping. So he and I spend a lot of time up watching TV. I think last night we were up at 1:30, 2 o'clock. He'll sit there and snack on these little puffs. And he sits in my lap on the couch, and we watch TV. We watch Friends and all sorts of stuff. He doesn't squawk. He doesn't cry. He doesn't do anything. He just wants to be up. He's not sleeping. And so fortunately, I'm a night owl, so that doesn't bother me. But sadly, it's killing my wife slowly.
Oh, my gosh.
One day at a time, because he's getting 2 teeth. So he got 2 teeth coming in on the bottom. And, well, you know this with your nephew. So he's got 2 teeth coming in. So he can get grouchy on the spur of a moment. He can get grouchy, but then
can you imagine? Can you imagine having 2 teeth just like popping up out of nowhere?
I don't remember any of that. I'm lucky to remember find my way to work every day. But no, yeah, he's a mess. Thank you for asking, and I know you followed his hijinks since he was born. But
gosh, he is cute. And that hair, I remember the first picture I saw of him, or one that you sent me. He had hair going every which way. And I was like, this is a cute kid.
And he still does. His mama got that picture down for that 9-month picture, but his hair is like baby thin. And so it just does
I love it.
Any which way. I'm just happy he has hair, because if he did get any of that from me,
he got all your hair.
He got everything. Here, I'll show you this was his Halloween costume.
Yes.
He was cousin Eddie from Christmas Vacation.
That is so stinking cute.
He has
Let me see if I can find my nephew.
He has a onesie that says my diaper's full. That was yeah, it said shitter's full.
That is incredible. My nephew was a little skunk, and he's so rotten. Hold on.
And he's how old?
15 months.
15 months. Oh my. He's not spoiled or nothing, right?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
No.
So your family's doing good? Everybody's
hanging in there, just still working. My mom is a teacher, so they are back in school during this time. And they're doing I don't know what y'all are doing out there, but they're doing the first half of the alphabet is going on Mondays and Wednesdays, and then the rest is going on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And anyway.
I wish it was that easy here, but I think they just give them the option. Look, you can be at home or be at school.
Yeah.
But the problem is that when you get the kids in the classroom, the teacher forgets the camera's on, and she starts working with these kids, and the kids that are on the camera get kind of left behind.
Oh no.
I think it's kind of just a cluster mess right now, to be honest with you.
I know.
The numbers are so high here. I think that they talked about closing down the schools again and going back to virtual learning between Thanksgiving and Christmas. So kind of let the numbers settle down. I know Dallas County, where my other house is I think they had 18 or 1900 cases just yesterday.
Wow.
So the numbers are really spiking, but people are getting together and they're not wearing masks. And I know it's a broken record, but until you wash your hands and start wearing masks and stop staying out of, big groups of people, we're going to be doing this again next year. And people, like we talked about, this isn't a big bother for Luke Bryan or Dirk Bentley or Kenny Chesney or Tim McGraw. These guys that are on the upper end of the echelon at Garth Brooks, this stuff being off a year doesn't bother them because it doesn't hurt them. What it does hurt is people like yourself who was just really getting into, you were just getting off radio tour. You were just you got onto a tour where that's the last I had seen you on the tour. with Tracy and Justin, and just getting your name out there and getting rolling, and then being told, nope, you get to sit here for the next 8 months and figure out what you're going to do. So
it's definitely been difficult. And like I said earlier, honestly, depending on how fast, by the way, I've got my beer. You got your water.
Yeah.
We're hydrating. Depending on how fast things pick back up, I might have to go back home to Baskin, Louisiana, and help on the farm with my daddy or whatever. Like I said, I'm very grateful that I still have a publishing income, and that kind of, that pays for a lot of things, but I still have a lot of other bills, and it's very stressful because I've got band members that they're not on a salary yet, because I'm not to that level to where I can just do that. And it's just, it's a whole lot of just figuring out how to make ends meet. I am figuring it out though. And I'm thankful that we still have opportunities to get on here and do stuff like this, because I'm gonna tell you right now, I'd have been done lost my mind.
Well, we were talking about social media because I know you're very active on social media, and I know that your fans are very I think that's how a lot of you guys that are kind of stuck there in the middle, that are keeping people interested, is being able to do your shows from your house, or getting with other artists. And I mean, I know a lot of you got, a lot of your friends, a lot of your mutual friends, I'm familiar with them as artists as well. Farron, Rachel's one of them, because she's from Georgia, and I mean, I knew her, played her music there. And I know there's a lot of you guys that are kind of sitting in there treading water in the same position. Yeah. And that's got to be scary. And I mean, and on my side of it, it hurts my feelings, because I wear a lot of you guys, it bothers me, because I know how hard you're working, and I want to be able to help you. And it's so difficult to help you guys.
I appreciate you. And this helps. If there's anything you can do, like, this is it right here. Like, this is what we need. We need, we're used to being able to look people in the face and shake their hands and sing them a song and feel like, they left a fan or a friend. Right. But now, like, this is it. And we're working with what we got. And I am so thankful that we have outlets like this.
I came up with this idea because I thought, I wanted to start trying to get people out there, and we do that, every Tuesday night at 7. And we've been doing this for, I don't know, 8 or 9 months now. Just as soon as the COVID started hitting, I thought, let's get people out there. Yeah. We put this together, and we do it. All the alpha stations have the option to carry this. And, so we have all the opportunities for you to be heard and be seen. And I think I try to do that for, I've had Lee Bryce on here, and I've had even newer kids than you. Yeah. And I mean, from one end to the other, everybody wants an opportunity to say hi to their fans and be able to play. Right. And you are no different. So speaking of, because we've babbled for 15 minutes, let's get the reason why you're actually here, and pick up that guitar. And
I get to play a couple tonight, huh?
You can play, honey. You can play as many songs as you want to. I'm never going to tell you.
Don't tell me that, Scott.
I'm telling you, you can play as many as you want to. I always ask for 2, because
2. That's what I prepared for. So that's perfect.
I always ask for 2, but you never know. You might get one that inspires you. You go, okay, that reminds me of one I just got to play a little bit of. And I never tell anybody what they can do or what they can't do. But okay, give me the background on the first one. What are you going to do?
So I'm going to do my song LA. And so when I first moved to Nashville 9 years ago, I cannot believe it's been 9 years, but I moved up here in a camper trailer, and I was a camper girl.
Yeah.
And this relates back to the first question you asked me when we got on here. Everywhere I went, they would say, "Where in the world are you from?" Because they would hear my accent. And I would be like, "Well, I'm from LA." And they're like, "You're not from LA. What you talking about, LA?" I'm like, "No, not Hollywood. I'm talking about Louisiana." So anyway, that's how this song idea came about. So this was called LA. So this will clear the air for everybody. My name ain't on this list, but they say I'm where the party is. I try to be tonight. Well, I'm kind of red like hot. When you say hell, I say Louisiana. Nowhere had a bam. Stars up in the sky. I've been to California, way too far from Georgia. But one day I might. But there's morning voice from a different name, same small. Would you lace and dress it up? What country is this country does? When you say LA, I think Louisiana. Nowhere had a band. Stars up in the sky. I've been to California, way too far from Georgia. But one day I might. Don't bury on Dixie cups, kinda redneck Hollywood. Chopper meets Naomi Judd, kinda redneck. Don't bury on Dixie cups, kinda redneck Hollywood. Chopper meets Naomi Judd, kinda redneck. When you say LA, I think Louisiana. Nowhere had a band. Stars up in the sky, and I in a California, way too far from Georgia. But one day I might. But one day you say LA, well I think Louisiana. Don't bury on Dixie cups, kinda redneck Hollywood. Joppa meets Naomi Judd, kinda redneck.
Look at that. That's
Woo! It feels good to play.
so. How did all this start for you? A lot of people may not be familiar with your story. I know your story, but how did tell the people how you got started doing this? Because everybody always has an interesting story on how they ended up. You ended up being the camper girl, but there's got to be a reason you became the camper girl to get camper and want to try to go to that town where literally, I was on the radio in Nashville for a lot of years, and it. What I realized was that most everybody that you walked into a restaurant, a bar, whoever waited on your table was either a musician or a singer, or there's so much probably unnoticed talent.
It's unbelievable.
In town that people will never know their names. I mean, I always tell people, hey, when you go to Nashville, walk down Lower Broadway, because walking down Lower Broadway, you're going to hear some of the best talent that you'll never hear on the radio.
Oh, you're right.
And
you're right.
And
it really is crazy. Like you said, every waitress, every waiter, it's nuts. I mean, everybody moved here to sing or write songs, or they know somebody who moved here to sing or write songs. There's so many people here trying to do the same exact thing, and I have really been blessed. And but what put this whole dream into, from a very early age, I've always known that like I wanted to do this. I mean, I wrote my first song when I was 9 years old. And my daddy played a little bit of guitar. He showed me a couple chords on the guitar, took a few lessons, and then honestly, it was one of those things that I just had to do. It kind of really just tracked me down and said, like, you're going to do this. And it's a really weird thing. Like, so my parents took me to Gatlinburg when I was 9 years old. This is right after I wrote my first song. And I begged my parents on the way home to Louisiana just to drive through Nashville. And Daddy was like, no, that's kind of out of the way, but I guess we'll go. So we did. And we went to the Grand Ole Opry, and I saw Crystal Gale, Little Jimmy Dickens, Bill Anderson, Phil Vassar. And I remember sitting, I know exactly where I was sitting, and I just remember having this overwhelming feeling, even at 9 years old. That might sound crazy, but I just knew that one day I was going to be in Nashville, and I knew that I was going to be able to sing on that stage one day. And actually, there's my Grand Ole Opry sign back there because I made my debut this year.
Right.
And it was this weird thing. I mean, I've just always known I was going to do it. I didn't know when or how, but in high school, I impersonated Hannah Montana. And so that was my job. I did that for 5 years. I did it from 8th grade all the way through high school. And I would, I had the wig, I had the whole setup, I had the portable sound system, the karaoke machine, and Lainey Wilson would open up the shows for Hannah Montana if they would let her. And sometimes they didn't want Lainey Wilson. They're like, no, we asked for Hannah. But
and where would you do this? Like, just
I did it literally. I'll tell you how this started too, real quick.
Okay, so, this part I didn't know. I was like, okay, Hannah Montana. Where did this part start?
Oh yeah, it's a big part of it. So my 8th grade teacher, Miss Poland, she was like, Lainey, if I buy you a Hannah Montana wig, will you wear it to my little girl's party and just like show up as Hannah Montana? Well, of course, I took it too far, and I went and bought the karaoke track because I already had the portable sound system, and I put on a show on a flatbed trailer, and I shit you not, it spread like wildfire. I mean, for 5 years, I did 3 or 4 parties a weekend. I did everything from fairs, festivals. The last place I did it was at St. Jude. You name it, I did it. And
wow.
I made so much more money then than I do now.
You're like, I may have to go back to my Hannah Montana days.
I'm telling you, don't put it past me.
Hey, there's got to be, okay, that is conveniently not on any of your social media or any pictures.
It's kind of one of those like fun facts that,
I
pull out every now and then. But yeah, I did that for 5 years. And then when I got to college, I started playing with a band called the Cadillac Kings in like the Arklamas area, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi. And but I still knew that like if I really wanted to try to do this thing for real, that I needed to be in Nashville. Mm-hmm. And so I started taking online classes, and there was this guy in Nashville. His name was Jerry Cupid, and he had some success back in the 90s with like Ken Mellons, Kevin Sharp.
Yep.
And anyway, like it's this really weird story, but back in the 70s, my grandpa on my daddy's side, he actually gave Jerry like $300 to like move to Nashville and just help him get started. I mean, just like, here's some cash. And as a favor in return, whenever I decided to move up here, he let me live in his studio parking lot for free in my camper for 3 years. So
wow.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy just how like things come back around? So appreciate you, Papa.
That's pretty awesome. So I guess living in that trailer, did you ever get nervous living in that trailer?
I was scared. I mean, I was the thing that was the scariest for me was when the bad weather would roll through and the tornado sirens be going off. And I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna just hang on. I mean, up and away, here I go. I don't know what to do. And but other than that, you know what? I will tell you, when I was in that camper for 3 years, I was pissed about it. I mean, I got to be honest with you. I was like, this is terrible, but I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna do this thing. But it did teach me that this ain't gonna be easy. I mean, and it was kind of my parents' way of being like, because they helped me buy it and hook it up and all that stuff, and it was really their way of seeing just how bad I wanted it, because they weren't going to help me get an apartment up here and then me just run home, and when I didn't come home for 3 years, they were like,
oh wow, she ain't kidding around.
So
it's good though.
It was I wouldn't trade it for nothing.
Where's the trailer now?
The trailer now, I know the guy who has it, and I'm actually trying to figure out how to buy it back. So I think he's actually working out of it on some like land rig or something like that. So at some point it'd be cool to have it back and then go do, whenever we're back on the road, kind of maybe do like a merch store out of it or something like that.
Yeah, that would be a great idea. Just I guess when you let go of stuff like that, you don't really think about that could come back around and be pretty much a valuable tool to have that sitting out, in your backyard somewhere going, I wouldn't be in this house if it wasn't for that house. So,
Right. That's
and
right.
learned a lot from that. A lot of lessons.
It's, I feel like 3 years. I think I'm breaking up on you. Am I back?
Yeah, you're back. I got you.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back. You're good.
There we go. We're back.
Okay.
Okay. So I was in my trailer for 3 years, and then Jerry Cupid, he was the only person I knew in town for years. And we wrote like a bunch of songs together. He really is the one who kind of taught me how to write a song. And he ended up passing away.
Yeah.
And at that point, I didn't know what to do. I was like, I didn't know anybody except for him. And so I kind of just had to start over. So I sold my camper. I was going to take my camper and go park it at like a KOA, but it cost just as much as rent. It was like $800 a month to park somewhere. So, but I was in town 7 years before I even got offered a publishing deal.
Right.
I'm back.
Yep. So somewhere I keep losing you, but you're good now.
Okay. But yeah, 7 years, finally got offered a publishing deal with Sony. And then I've been at Broken Bow BMG for I guess about 2 years now, and I did my radio tour last fall, and now we're at radio with another one.
Mm-hmm. Well, the only thing I feel sorry for you in general is having to deal with Scotty, and other than that, you're in good shape.
That's my heart.
Yeah, absolutely. Having to deal with that dumpster fire is the only thing. I love him. He's one of my favorite people. I just love giving him a hard time.
I do too.
So you got a song.
I'm losing you again.
Oh crap. You're still good. Oh, you froze. There you good. All right. We'll go quick. I don't know if I'll lose you.
There it is. It's back now.
Okay. Woo. So you got a song out right now. Let's get to that one. You got a song out right now that pretty much taught me a lesson of how much I don't know. It did, because you're proving the fact that there's stuff that men don't know.
You're right.
And there's stuff that there are women that can literally do things that I can't do. And I'll be the first one to admit it. And here's one of the things. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm doing this. This is just for you. Hold on.
Look at you.
Hold on just a minute. Because I remember you had glasses. Somebody sent me the glasses.
Yes.
So I want to, this last part we're going to do like this. You changed a tire on the back of a trailer.
Mm-hmm.
You pulled that tire off there, and I want to say it might have been a dually, and you pulled that first tire off. And I was so impressed. Now, granted, I grew up in the country, so I know most of the stuff that you were doing, but you pulled that first tire off, and I was like, this girl ain't messing around, because that was probably 22 or 24, and you pulled that thing off, and you stood up and you pulled that thing right off that axle, and I was like, this girl ain't playing around. And that was really cool that you got in and you dug in, and that like all these videos that people were sending you of girls doing, things that a man should know, and there ain't a guarantee that every man can do what you're doing.
That's right. Dang it. We're here to tell them.
And I love that.
Oh my gosh.
One of the things that I loved about that is that the participation of people, all your fans, showing, the things that guys should know how to do, that we just because it's a guy's things that a man ought to know. It doesn't mean we can all do them, because I was more impressed by you.
I love it.
Pulling that tire was damn impressive. I don't know if that was more impressive or you falling out of that box. Which I searched.
Probably falling out of the box.
I searched online for that. I searched for that video because I wanted to put it on here so I could show people. Say, if you don't know the video I'm talking about,
I need to reshare it.
Let's watch Lainey fall out of a box. And yeah, that is a video I've shared with a bunch of my friends who had no idea who you were, but just most of your fans know who that is. Know that story. But that could have been, and it still is. Could it be? You should put that back up on like TikTok.
I know.
That's a TikTok video waiting to happen. So you should put that up. All right, I got it.
I know. I got to put it back on there.
Yeah,
that is hilarious. Well,
okay.
The only reason I know how to honestly do anything that I think a man ought to know is because my daddy didn't have any boys. It was just me and my sister. And he was like, he made sure we knew how to change a tire. He made sure we knew how to start a fire, all those things, turn a wrench. And when we sat down to write the song, we, had all those things in mind and stuff. But really, we got to talking about really like the characteristics that our parents taught us to look for in other people and in ourselves. And really, that's just being kind and treating people the way that you want to be treated. And I think that's something that sometimes we all forget. But I think that's something we all should know.
Our small town upbringing, because I grew up in a small town, not quite 300, but I grew up in a small town as well. And first off, people know all your business, but I can assure you that there's more people there that's got you back than anywhere. You
are right.
They know your business. They know when you shut your lights off at night. They know when and where you left your house. They know anything and everything about you. But they're also the same people that you can call when you got a problem.
Right.
And nothing, unless you grew up in a small town, you don't get that. So I understand that they set a precedence for you tend to look at other people when you go into. Now, I think if you're looking in a big town like Nashville, that's probably why you didn't know many people the first 3 years, because first off, you didn't trust anybody, because you're in a big town where the majority of the people are doing the same thing you're doing, probably don't have the same intentions that you do, especially being a girl. And I hate to say it that way, but it is true. Being a girl, you're going to fight an extra battle. Which I think is BS. They're not playing two girls back to back on the radio is something I've never followed. I always play girls. Majority of you can look at my playlist. I've always supported women in country because I think you are just as important, if not more important, than men, because you dig into an emotional style of writing and singing that a man can't do.
Well, I appreciate that.
Hands down, the women bring more to the table than a man. And I will fight any man that says differently, because a woman in general will bring more to a table in a writing session, because you aren't scared to dig into an emotion that a man's too scared to find, or a man is too scared to show as a sign of weakness, or B, they don't want to be that vulnerable. Very rarely are you going to find a man that's going to write vulnerable. A woman will always write vulnerable because it's socially acceptable for a woman to write vulnerable. Yeah. And I think that's the reason why I accept that. And I want to dig in and show as many women as possible, because it means you're getting more out of a song.
I appreciate it.
So I
appreciate it. And I know the rest of the girls do too.
Well,
we're here to mix it with them boys. I'm telling you, they better watch out.
Absolutely. Show them what you're made of.
Let's do it. I get up the trailer on a 2-inch hitch. I can shoot a shotgun and I can catch a fish. And I can change a tire on the side of the road. Yeah, I know a few things a man ought to know. How to know when it's love, how to stay when it's tough, how to know you're messing up a good thing, and how to fix it before it's too late. And yeah, I know a boy who gave up and got it wrong. And if you're ready for a woman, don't let it go. If I can't have it, I can hang a picture soon as I can take it down. And how to keep it hidden when our heart is broke. Yeah, I don't feel things a man off. How to know when it's love, how to stay when it's tough, how to know you're messing up a good thing, and how to fix it before it's too late. And yeah, I know, boy, you gave up and got it wrong. If you're in another woman, don't let it go. Yeah, I don't do things a man ought to do. How to know when it's love, how to chase forever down a driveway, how to never let you get there in the first place. And yeah, I know, boy, you gave up and got it wrong. If you really love a woman, don't let it go. Yeah, I don't do things a man ought to do. Yeah, I don't do things a man ought to do.
Yeah. That's cool. That is so cool. I got a question here because my midday guy I always ask him to come up with a question because most of the time you met Caleb and you met all of our staff when you were here.
I did.
And he had a question. So
what's up, Caleb?
Can you see that?
Yep, I got it.
Got it. All right. So he had several in there. So let's run with one of those. So
I love it.
So when you were here, you just had played the Opry, and so what's
golly. Well, first of all, playing the Opry was, I mean, you all moved to Nashville and you want things to happen, but literally, like, if you ask anybody, an artist, what their goal is in Nashville, they'd say playing the Grand Ole Opry.
Oh, yeah.
And at least that was mine. And that was the biggest thing that's happened to me. Probably always be. But first of all, I'm ready to get back to playing shows. That's my next goal. But as career goes, I want to number ones and all that would be incredible. And that would definitely be a dream come true. But I just want to be able to play my music and be able to stand on stage and connect with a crowd and really and change lives. I change mine too, and literally just feel like and that's my goal.
Well, that is that's a noble goal. But I'll tell you what I do want to do. What I'd like to do is maybe after the first of the year, if we start seeing where this slows down again, I want you to get a collection of your girls, all the performers, all your girls that fall into the exact same category as you are, and let's do a setup just like this again, and let's spotlight all your girls that are in your crew.
I would love that. That would be that. First of all, that'd be a shit show. That's probably what you should call it. The shit show.
We'll call it a shit show. What we could do is we could find a place where, between now and then, see if you can find a spot where you guys could get on a stage. Where it's
oh my gosh.
You can get on a stage where we can kind of get you guys spread apart. We try to make sure we follow all the social distancing, but then we can get like a a direct connect where, we got a good sound system, good Wi-Fi or like a direct connect into, internet, and really get the word out and try to get some word out with your crew. I know you run with a lot of talented girls, and we really,
they're talented.
Yeah, absolutely. And
they are badass.
You run some badass chicks. But let's try to see if we can work on that after.
I would love that.
And I'll be back in touch with Madeline, and we'll work on that, because I think that's something. And I'll let you hand pick them, and we can do an hour of that and let you hand pick them, and then you guys can do songs together, songs you guys have written. We'll just kind of do it. We'll do a girls' night and let you.
I love it.
Let you run it. We'll do a Nashville girls' night and let you put some girls up. So
man, that would be fun.
Absolutely. I was sitting here listening to you sing when you were doing that song. I thought, well, hell, why don't we just get all, because I see who you run with, and I mean, I know you have a lot of talented people in your crew. And we were just talking about the girl thing, and said, let's put that together. So,
I love that.
Talk with your people, and let's piece that together after, doing one of the first ones into January when we get back to doing this.
Cool.
So, because we'll shut down for Christmas like everybody will. But yeah,
I would love that, Scott. That would be great.
Let's do that, and like I say, find out when all your friends are going to be back from their holidays, and let's do that. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Yeah, that'll be good. Well, I won't keep you, but man, I appreciate you spending time with me and doing this.
I appreciate you so much. I wish I could hug your neck.
Absolutely, we will. One day we'll get there.
In 2030.
We were talking about that before. Is like, it could, sadly, it could be 2022 before we see each other.
Yeah.
And this could be, that's why I said I want to try to get the word out and trying to help as many of you guys keep your name out, try to do what we can to try to make sure, we try to help out. Because I mean, it's
truly appreciate it.
It's heartbreaking to me, and it's not even me involved. It's difficult because I get so accustomed to watching you guys from the sidelines being able to go and do. And when it's stopped for you guys, it's rough because there's only so much we can do on this side. I always love just being the radio help of you do all that on your own, and we can just play your music but our hands are tied to a certain point now because I can't make this thing go away. The only thing we can make this thing go away.
Yes, I truly appreciate it.
Wearing your mask, washing your hands, and don't gather in big groups. I mean, that's all you can do.
That's right.
And if we do that, people don't realize when you're missing concerts like I am and you are, you're missing performing, I'm missing going, but you're going to only make it worse if you don't take the time to separate and do as these people are asking.
I agree.
Are people going to line up and take a vaccine? Probably not. Are you going to be one of the first ones to try to get on this vaccine that no one else has done? That makes me nervous. I just don't know if that's something. I don't know if I really want to take a strange vaccine from somebody. They say, okay, well, it's going to help. I don't know if I'm in a position to where I want to take a strange vaccine. And what's a guarantee that's going to help? This may be something we have for the rest of our lives. This may be something that your kids may deal with on and off. As we may have this. This may be something that just doesn't ever go away. We may be dealing with this for the rest of our lives. So we just need to know how to be able to handle it. But I appreciate you. I thank you for doing this. And let's put our girls' night together.
Let's do it. I miss you, man.
I know. I miss you. Enjoy the holidays with
you too.
And I love the fact you spell your daddy's name. It's a D, D-E. Diddy. Exactly. The Louisiana way of saying it, Diddy.
I love it.
Give your mama
some love for me.
Lock your mama out of the car. Some of the funniest damn videos is you locking your mama out of the car. So if you don't follow Lainey on social media. If you're out there right now, any of the replays of this, as this lives on websites and YouTube channels, if you don't follow her, if you just follow her Instagram and follow her Facebook, just for the entertainment value alone is worth it. So go find her.
Thank you.
She's
Thank
definitely
you.
well worth the entertainment value on top of just being all around and talented. So
You're so sweet. You crazy.
yes, I am. But tell a friend.
Be good. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. The best part about stuff like this is getting to visit with good people. And Lainey's a good person. She really is. And I appreciate you guys spending some time with us tonight. Next week, who do we got next week? We're getting into Thanksgiving. Next week is Randall King. Randall King is a new artist coming up, Texas artist too. But he's got a song on the charts. And so we're going to visit with Randall King next week. So that'll be a lot of fun as we get into the Thanksgiving season. And then we get back. And after Thanksgiving week, we've got a big artist coming in December 1st, which will be the first one after Thanksgiving break. And I'm going to keep that a surprise because it's his album release week. And we're getting him that week. And I'm very excited that he wanted to play. So if you go and you do some of your internet searches, you can probably figure out who's got music coming out that week, and then you'll know who it is. But I'm very excited about that. The month of December is booked. We've got a lot of cool things happening. And I couldn't do this without you guys, because you guys are the reason why we get a chance to do this. And I thank each and every one of you for coming here every week, watching this in replays, watching this as it lives on our websites and YouTube channel. But thank you so much for keeping music alive. That's what I try to do, is make sure we keep these dreams alive for a lot of these kids who are out there just trying to make ends meet. And that's what we do. We do get Lee Bryce, and we do get a lot of the bigger names on here, but you don't get, all those guys had to start somewhere. And I want to make sure we give those kids a chance to be able to get out and make music and be seen. So my goal here every week. So have yourself a fantastic week, and we'll meet you back here next Tuesday night as we get back in the lounge one more time. Have a great night, and we'll see you